You've already mentioned Lead Simple, but what are some other, specific tools? This is not a sponsored podcast. We're just here to educate, but what are some other tools that are just non-negotiables for you? But also, how are you staying up to date? I mean, obviously we mentioned the NARFM influence, which we love, but what are some other things that you're doing to not only like keep up, but try to stay ahead of maybe competitors and just also just naturally wanting to be up to date with technologies and themes?
So I've been focused on automating as many processes as possible. And I'm not talking about just Lead Simple, but integrating DocuSign and email and, whatever, jot forms, whatever I can. So Zapier is probably the top of my list. Can make me pull my hair out some days, but once you get it fine tuned, the stuff that you can do with it is really cool. And when I first started doing it, my employees were like, "I don't understand what is the point of this?" And so I automated the lease renewals process, which lease renewals, they would spend once a month, they'd sit down and for like a week, they'd work on lease renewals. And I automated that process for them and they were like, that's when it like clicked for them that it truly made a difference in their day-to-day operations of what their workday looked like because they weren't having to deal with lease renewals in the same way anymore. They still run the CMA, they still reach out to the owner, but they don't have to spend the time figuring out, pulling from the software, who's gonna do what, it's set it and forget it, and it all just goes, goes, goes. The amendment to extend is automated through DocuSign and Zapier, so,
So
once they hit the button, it just goes.